Hi, Grandpa. This is Clarence Wayne Smith, and today is March 30th, 2016. So, Grandpa, can you tell me, why don't you tell me a little bit about your childhood?
Childhood?
Yeah, whatever
I
you
was
want to.
born in Roswell, New Mexico. I grew up on a farm, so I started to work when I was about 5 years old. And then that lasted until I was 15, and then we moved out to California, 1945.
Oh, at the end of the war.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
I started into Oakdale High School in 1946. That was December of 1946.
That was the high school?
Yeah, that's Oakdale High School.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, what was your take on World War II? Did you understand what was going on, or?
Yes, we had radio and newspapers.
Mhm.
That was our source of information. TV came in a little later.
Okay. So, what was your relationship like with your parents and siblings?
We got along really well, so no problem there.
No problem. What kind of things did you like to do with your parents and your siblings?
Oh, we used to play croquet.
Oh, I remember you used to have a set. I
And
oh, go ahead.
that's all right. You can ask me the question, whatever you want.
I know you had said you used to play with Betty a lot, right?
Who?
Betty, your sister, when you were little.
Oh, Betty.
Yeah, you used to
Okay.
play with Betty.
Yeah, I was kind of her caregiver.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because folks are too busy, so I would watch out for her. So I did that pretty much all our lives together.
Oh, okay. That must have been fun.
Yeah, we got along pretty well, so no problem there.
What's the age difference?
She
How
was
much
born
younger?
in 1932
Oh, okay.
in February, and I was born in 1930 in October.
So you were only like about a year
A
and a
little over a
half.
year, yes.
Wow. How could you care for her? Wow.
Well, you do what you have to do.
I guess. I don't remember ever having to take care of Josh. We fought more
Well,
than anything, I think.
that only lasted until she was about 6 or 7 years old.
Oh, okay. But I don't. The roads by your house were not that busy though, were they?
You mean back in Roswell?
In Roswell
Yeah.
and in Oakdale.
In Oakdale? Not as bad as it is in Modesto.
So you were saying you went to high school here. How was your school time in Roswell then?
I enjoyed school and everything back there. Um, I made good grades, mostly A's, and now what else would you like to?
What were your favorite subjects in school?
I kind of liked mathematics and the history stuff. Yeah.
And which one did you excel in any subjects that you weren't particularly fond of?
Oh, well, let's see. English, I didn't like taking English.
No. What? So your first job was on the farm then, right?
Yes, I grew up on the farm there, doing whatever chores they had for me. And we had a vegetable farm, and we trucked that up to Clovis, which is about 100 miles away. And we'd take vegetables up there about 2 times a week.
Okay. Did you guys raise animals at that time or no?
Yeah, we had some animals. At that time, we had horses and mules. Didn't get a tractor until 1938 or 39, sometime around there.
Okay. You're still young then.
Yeah, I was about 9 years old then.
So no cattle or sheep or anything
Yeah,
like
we
that?
had some milk cows. We had a milk cow all the time. I had a couple of mules for dragging the equipment through the garden. Finally got a Alice Chalmers tractor about 1938 or so.
Okay. No chickens?
Yeah, we had chickens. I'm sorry about that. We had chickens.
You had all kinds of
Yeah.
animals then.
We used them primarily for eggs, but then we ate chicken too.
Pretty self-sufficient then.
Yes.
That's good. Do you have any favorite memories from when you were a child?
Well, I always had a good time whether I was working or in school. The school was a lot easier for me because it was easier than working on a farm, so I excelled in school for that reason.
Okay. I wanted to know, how did you actually meet Grandma?
Which grandma? Oh, you mean
Your wife.
Oh, that
Your wife,
grandma.
my grandma.
Yeah. She lived over in Modesto. I was in the service, and I had dated her older sister a few times, and then finally took Donna out on a date. So I guess we dated about 6 or 7 months, and then we got married in December of 1953.
And that was after your military tour, right?
Yes.
When did you decide to go into the military?
1949. I waited until about October to go in because folks had a lot of work to do on the farm, so I stayed there to help out as long as I could there.
Was there any particular reason you wanted to go into the military, or?
Well, most people were drafted in those days.
Oh, it was a draft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I joined the U.S. Navy,
Okay.
and then I took electronics in ET school, we called it. That was in San Francisco. Took that for about a year.
That was part of your military training?
Well, it was for certain people that was part of it.
It was an elective?
Well, I got through training there so I could work on electronics on the ships there, but it was pretty simple back then. I mean, TV was just starting up about that time.
How long did you have to do boot camp?
Boot camp?
Yeah. Did you have to do all the physical stuff to start your military tour, or no?
Yeah, we went down to, was it San Diego? San Diego, did some training down there. in what they call boot camp, I guess.
And how long were you in the U.S. After your boot camp before they sent you? They gave you your tour.
Oh, it was about a year later.
Okay. So they trained you for a year and then.
Well, actually, I went up to San Francisco to get a year's training in electronics.
And where did they send you first for in your tour?
It was the Hawaiian district, which included some islands way down south from there. So I spent a year on Kwajalein Island, and then came back up to Oahu, and I spent a year there.
You had mentioned that you had been to China and
Yeah, that was when I was on the destroyer. We visited a lot of ports there.
You said you were in the military during the Korean War.
Yes.
Did you actually have to be in the war? Did you do any combat?
Well, it wasn't too bad for us aboard ship because there wasn't very much for us to do over there.
Okay.
But one time we did take a shot in the mast there. Didn't hurt anybody, thank goodness. And then when we visit Japan on the destroyer, then I did a lot of shopping there. Sent a lot of things home from Japan.
Well, that's good. Not much to do.
Yeah.
So you're in destroyer, huh?
Yeah.
So is that like a gunboat or?
No, it's a little bit bigger than that. It's just smaller than a battleship.
And how long were you on the destroyer then?
Was it about a year, I think.
Oh, I forgot the other question. Oh well. And then after, so you got married right after your tour then?
Yes. Got out early September, and then we married in December. Yeah, I got out early so I could go to college.
Oh, you did?
At that time, they had the GI Bill, which would help you out with college. Very reasonable fees. I think about all I had to buy was books.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Why did you choose UC Berkeley?
Well, it was just a good college. I had visited there a few times. I knew what it was like. So I went there after Modesto Junior College. And that was about 1955 when I went to Berkeley.
And what was your planned major?
Engineering.
Oh, maybe that's why my dad did that too.
Yeah, he does.
What part of Berkeley did you live in? Or do you remember?
It was right down the edge of town there. It was found a little apartment to rent there for about $30 or $40 a month.
Whoa. Sounds like nothing now compared to our
No,
500,
things have
600
gotten
up
more
to
expensive
2,000.
since then.
Yeah, I know. My dad was saying at $7 an hour you were good in the 80s. So I was like,
Yeah.
wow. So when did you guys buy the farm and how did you find it?
1956.
How did Grandpa Smith find it?
Well, he was always looking at property, and he knew about this one. And the previous owner was named Smith also,
Oh, wow.
and he sold it to us for a very low price and very little down, and we paid about twice a year. My dad was there to help me. Um, I had a choice to go back to Berkeley while he took care of the farm, but I didn't want to do that, so that's why I gave up my college education.
But that's when you started with the Postal Service, right?
I started postal. Well, what happened is in the December Christmas time, they always had Christmas helpers, and I would go in as a Christmas helper.
Okay.
You know, I did that for about 4 years. That was during school.
Oh, during your high school?
No, when I was going to Modesto Junior College and later Berkeley.
Okay.
And then about 1960 or so, I took a civil service test, and then I went to work for the post office in Modesto as a substitute to start with. And finally in 1961, I got my own route.
So what was it like having your 3 kids and the busy schedule at the farm and your Postal Service job?
Well, I was always used to working a lot of different places and working hard all the time, so it wasn't too bad. Um, your grandmother took care of them part of the time.
Okay. I
But
was I was wondering how you got interested in the almonds and the apples.
that was a 17-acre orchard right here that I bought. So I kept the 17 acres till about 1976 or so. And then I sold all but 2